Good morning and welcome to the Rise and Grind Mastermind call. This call was started on September 8th, 2016. This is a mastermind group, and if this is your first time joining this call, and if you're wondering what a mastermind group is, this concept of a mastermind group was formulated by Napoleon Hill in his book, Think and Grow Rich, so we always give credit to where the term comes from. So you don't think that it's something that we made up, and also you can do a little research behind the term. What a mastermind group is when a group of like-minded people come together to accumulate a great fortune, and this fortune is basically to become more successful in your life. So it could be knowledge, it could be riches, not necessarily together, but each individual comes together to share like-minded ideas because not one individual knows everything to accumulate a great fortune. Usually it's absorbing bits and pieces of knowledge of people who are in their mastermind group and, coming together to gain more skilled knowledge. It's not that one person needs to absorb all the knowledge, but they can talk to the members in their group to become more successful by knowing such things as marketing, networking, and things of that nature. My name is Timeka Williams. We also have Randolph Mapp Jr., Shana Isaac on the call as well. This is a group call, so anyone live on this call can chime in on the topics that we talk about live, as well as when this call After this call is published on YouTube, Podomatic, iTunes, Google Music, etc. So today's topic of the call is talk to yourself like a winner. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in. But when I think of the topic of talk to yourself like a winner, what we all have to understand, no matter how crazy it sounds, is we all talk to ourselves. We all have some kind of self-talk. But just imagine it from a different perspective. Imagine talking to someone like they are a winner. And imagine how words have power. It's just like if you scream out in the middle of a room at night and there's other people in your household, help, help, help. It's going to make people develop the illusion of panic that something is happening to you. So it's the same thing as far as the reversal. If you talk to yourself like you're a winner, you're a champion, you have to realize your words have power said out loud. But more than we talk out loud, more than often we talk to ourselves, our inner voice is always talking to ourselves. When we wake up in the morning, we're talking to ourselves like, I need to go do this, I need to go do that, I hope this goes good, I hope that goes good, especially when some circumstances happen like someone is going to court or a police car pulls up behind them. We're always talking to ourselves in our inner consciousness, but we have to talk to ourselves like a winner to program our minds to feel like we're a winner. A lot of times we may say, I don't think, a bill in the mail. When we check the mail, when we open up the mail, we may think, I wonder what this is going to be. But we open up the mail and we think, okay, I always have the money to pay this and more. The more money I spend, the more money I get. Everything I do, I succeed at it. I'm a success magnet. I'm a money magnet. We talk about on this call as our motto, start your day with a vision. So the vision could be you're a winner. Today, you're going to win at everything you do. When you write your to-do list, you're going to knock it out immediately, not procrastinate. 10 things are going to jump in front of you today, unexpectedly, that are not on your list. And you have to put yourself in the mindset that no matter what happens, I don't care what happens, 10 extra things added to the list, I have the time to handle it and knock off everything on my list. Going to the gym, getting a workout, that's a breeze. Paying all my bills today, that's easy. I can do anything that I need to do because I'm a winner. Self-talk is that most important talk because a lot of times it's not the people who are surrounding us in our circle that's necessarily putting us down. It's an overused term these days, and it's called hater. But a lot of times people believe in what you say you are because you say that's what you are. People believe in what you say you're going to do because that's what you say you're going to do. Unless you give people a reason to not believe you, or unless you give people a reason to not be who you say you are, they believe who you say you are because that's what you project. So when you give yourself that negative self-talk as if you're a loser, that's what people believe that you are. You're a loser. So we have to treat ourselves like a winner so we can transform our lives and also transform our inner circle. When you transform your inner circle, people want to be surrounded by you. People feel like whatever it is that you say you're going to do, no matter how little, no matter how big, you always do it. I want to be in your circle. Let some of this rub off on me. That's what a mastermind group is all about. You want to surround yourself with those people who are up and coming. It doesn't mean that you want to be like them, but you want to be surrounded by people who are winners, who are scratching off things on their to-do list, who are taking things off and adding them to their not-to-do list, deleting bad habits out of their life, trying to strive for more positivity. Is there anybody else on this call who want to talk about, talk to yourself like a winner?
Good morning. This is Randolph Mapp. Thanks, everyone, for joining the call, deciding to start their day with vision. Talking to yourself like a winner. It's funny that you say that because I know a lot of times when I'm at work, being a server, I deal with all types of personalities, and all people are where they are, and you just have to accept that for what it is. And a lot of times, I'll actually be talking to myself, just psyching myself out, because people sometimes say the craziest things, do the craziest things. It's like, wow, have you been out to eat before? And I have to, just talk to myself mentally, psych myself out to be like, you know what, it's okay. They're where they are. I have to refocus myself, you know what I'm saying? Whether they're being, like I said, rude, or maybe they're just naive, or whatever it may be. In addition to talking to myself in a positive manner, it's very important. I know a lot of times throughout the day, I say my affirmations, like they come in handy, especially, like I said, when I'm working, whether it's music, school work, or actively on the clock with, at a job or something like that. It's important for me to encourage myself to keep my spirit motivated, because, life is life, man, and anything can happen, and, you never know what you're going to run into. Like, Timeka was saying, expect something to almost happen. I know, for example, I think maybe like a few weeks ago, my basement flooded. And it was real tough, because I was in a bad place, but I began to, speak positive to myself and encourage myself. It wasn't so easy, because it was the first time that it something like that had happened. I didn't really realize how serious, when your basement is flooded, how much damage that can do. But, throughout, that process, I learned some things as far as, doing a little handiwork around the house. And then I also, learned how, to keep myself, pretty as calm as possible. I could have did better, but I did, I was where I am. And, like I said, everything is back to normal. But it's very important that, you do encourage yourself, that you do keep yourself grounded, and whatever might be happening, you take that moment to try to recapture that calm in the midst of, whatever's going on. But it's a wonderful call. I'll turn it back over to Timeka or Shana, whomever would like to speak about the topic.
Yes. Hi, this is Shana Isaac. I just want to put in a quick 2 cents. This is really a great topic, and Timeka really touched on some things where she was saying that a lot of time we talk about haters, and, how they try to come against you and bring you down. And a lot of times we're our own haters, and that we sometimes have to pay attention, close attention to what we're saying to ourselves. Sometimes we beat ourselves down and bring ourselves down much more than the next person. A lot of times we have to sit and examine, and I know I do this sometimes, because when I'm in a depressive mood, when I start to get stressed, I try to pay attention to the mantra I've been saying to myself in my head. And the mantra is just, sometimes when you're walking around and you're talking to yourself in your head, what you're saying all day. If I'm saying, oh, my God, I'm stressed, I'm tired, I'm tired of this, I'm this, and that. When I think about it, that's what I'm saying to myself all the time throughout that day. It's not a surprise that I'm actually depressed that day, or I'm stressed, or I'm sad. So make a point to, write down different mantras that you could put in your head and begin to say it over and over again to the point where it's natural and it affects your day. I heard a speaker actually say, he was saying something where he was saying nothing external is everlasting. And when you think about it, it's like, nothing external is ever everlasting. That's even when it comes to the outside stress that we have in our life, the outside problems. But the thing that is everlasting is the things that you have within, which is the love you have, your mindset, your health, different things like that. And when you focus on those type of things, like they say, what you give attention to, that's what grows, that's what increases. So when you make a point to really focus on the inner things, the inner strength, the love, your mindset, all of those things, the mantra, what you say to yourself, those are the things that help you change around your life and give you actually more of the things that you want in life. So I just wanted to add that to the conversation. I'll pass it back to anybody else that wants to join in.
All right. Well, we talk about the topic of talk to yourself like a winner. I was reading the book of Matthew early on, and I was realizing how Jesus talked a lot in parables, because a lot of people, you can talk clearly to them, but if they don't believe it, or if they try to believe it, some people just don't understand unless you put it in a different situation, a different type of story. So when you think about a winner, let's just think about a winner, someone who's competing to win a basketball game. So they're on a team, they're playing amongst other people, and you have to understand, if you want to put yourself in the mindset of a winner, and we're talking about talking to yourself like a winner, this is something that you have to train yourself to do. This is something that requires repetition. So it's not something that you're going to get one time, let me talk to myself like I am a champion, I am successful. This is something where if you don't feel that way in the inside, keep talking to yourself until you believe it. Repetition is really how we do everything. We do everything by habit. So once you start to create that new habit in your life, you'll start to believe it for yourself. And once you start to condition your mind, just like a basketball player would condition their body, you have to condition your mind to feel like you're a winner. And not only that, a lot of people say, hey, I need a coach. I need a success coach. I need a mentor. A mentor is an external person telling you how you need to be on the inside. They get to ask you questions. How do you currently feel? How successful do you want to be? But you can start off being your first coach, being your first mentor by telling yourself what you want and by believing and affirming that you're going to get there. It's kind of like a lot of people put themselves through therapy and then they don't realize the therapist is only asking them questions. How do you feel and how do you want to feel? And what do you need to do to get yourself to feel like this? It's common sense. You have to start coaching yourself and training yourself in the inside to get to that level that you want to be. So if you want love in your life, there's no kind of way that you're going to attract love if your inner consciousness and you're telling yourself, I'm not worthy of love, nobody loves me because of this. Or if you don't even tell yourself every day, I love myself, I'm very important. It's just like if you close your eyes and you just think with your inner consciousness, I am scared. There's no kind of way that you're going to be brave in any situation if you're telling yourself in the inside that you're scared. Everything we do is by habit. So we understand the feelings are attached to words. If someone walks up to you and say, I love you, and they say, you're trying to feel a sense of love, like, wow, this person said they love me. This is love. So when you tell yourself you love yourself, you're feeling whatever feeling that you attach to that word. People attach different feelings to words because words have power. That's our inner consciousness. We actually talk to ourselves with words. Words have feelings. So if you're telling yourself, I'm angry in the inside, your facial expressions, your demeanor, the way you move, people are going to sense that you're angry. Not necessarily angry at them because it doesn't matter, but you're genuinely an angry person at that particular moment. So it's important that we have to transform our mind, just like I gave the analogy of a basketball player. So whatever you need to do to condition and retrain every single day. Because the vision changes from day to day, but this is something that requires repetition. That's why we end this call and we say make sure you say your affirmations. Those are your affirmations because someone else has different visions and expectations of their life. And they're living it out because it's all about how you think. What you think and what you pay attention to, it grows and it expands. So if you're an angry person, angry people keep angry people around them. If you look at Facebook and you look at people who keep up a lot of drama, they're always going to have likes because those people who say, man, forget everybody, y'all full of drama, all their little dramatic friends are going to like that comment. they're going to comment on it. You're right, girl, man, you're right. It ain't no good people out here, man. I feel the same way. Birds of a feather flock together. So when you exude that you're a winner, you're going to attract winners. Winners are going to seek you out because you're winning in the inside. You're winning at everything you do, and people want to really realistically hang out with winners. Is there anyone else who wants to chime in on the call before we wrap it up? All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining this call today. Make sure you say your affirmations today. Make sure when you say your affirmations, you focus in on them at least 17 seconds. And actually, you can use that time as your meditation. Because as you're sitting there saying, I am successful, you're visualizing that successful person that you want to be. Not only just if you feel like you're successful now, that's great. But we're always supposed to be growing to another level. So you're supposed to visualize that person that you want to be, where everything that you're going through and what's happening to you in life, when you make it to that point, it's all worth it. So I want to thank you for joining this call, and I want everybody to have a nice day.